Hello there everyone, it's Vigi here today, and this is 1066. Now for those that don't know the significance of the year 1066, it's basically a key year in English history because this is when the Normans actually conquered England. And anyways, 1066 is just like a Flash player game, kind of reenacting the events that happened in a kind of turn-based war. And I really like that kind of aspect because it's just, it feels really professional, although despite the fact that it's a Flash game. And it's just, really neat to play. So I would suggest checking it out if you have free time. Not much more I can say. Here I just started like a random battle. It wasn't one of the historical battles because they actually have a campaign where you follow like what happens in 1066. So here I am playing the Normans, and I decided on like, hey, you know what? Cav is pretty cool. Like, let's just have like a small battle. So as you can see, I'm facing the English here, and we have, how many men do we have? 2,800 to like their 3,500. So yeah, let's go killing, boys. So as you can see, everything here is like turn-based on these like really simple tiles, and you also have like mechanics such as these, where you can draw back the bow or whatever, deal more damage, power, etc. You get what I'm trying to say. And there's also things such as like charges or taunts, which are pretty cool. So right now we're just starting up with like some archer fire, since he only has since I noticed he had like a lot of stacked troops in that middle column there. I don't really know what, no, middle row? Yeah, okay, sorry. For some reason I don't know what the difference between a column and a row is, so yep, he's gonna get off a decent archer volley there, which is gonna hurt. And the cool thing about the Normans is that in place of infantry, they also have cavalry, and cavalry is pretty good. Like, you can see how far they moved. It's ridiculous compared to like my men-at-arms, but I just decided to taunt because taunting can deal morale damage. If you can see on the screen there says like army 100 and then morale 100. It's basically the morale of the entire army, which is which basically decides when troops start to flee, because after a while, if your troops like lose too many men, they're gonna start running. That's just the fact in like any kind of battle, like historical or just regular. So right now I'm just trying to get off some decent charges, and I'm just waiting for him to come to me, which is like scrub, but hey. So here we go. This is like typing game on point. That's the kind of taunt that you would have to do. You just have to type in like a phrase. It can be 3 words, it can be 1 word. I believe you can also have 4 words, but I'm not sure. Anyways, he's still going after my archers, and yeah, it's starting to hurt. Yeah, 1 word coward right there. So I also should mention that because because the battlefield is divided up into rows, your troops can only attack stuff on that same row as it. Like, for example, if your swordsmen are next to his cavalry, okay, then you wouldn't be able to attack them, but if you're right in front of them, then yeah, go ham. Fortifying, I believe, increases your defense or something. Oh, actually, I want to see this because you get a charge off. So for all those like guys who love mashing buttons, this is your game. Mash spacebar to deal more damage. Pretty brutal charge. 324 of their men dead against our 109, which was pretty good. As you can see, there's like a big morale drop on their side as well, which is like pretty good. So right now with my archers, I'm just trying to go after his infantry because ultimately archers aren't really that useful otherwise. Like, he can shoot down my archers as much as he wants, but archers are useless in melee combat, and he has more infantry than me, so that's a slight issue. And I screwed up there, big time. But it's okay. Also, I forgot to mention the fact that you can have special formations. Like, for example, the one he has right there is called Shield Wall. It increases the defense of like every unit there. And there's also another one, I believe it's called Boar's Snout or something, which increases your attack. And also, I'm forgetting a lot of things. Anyways, You see that those units with the crowns right there? Like, for his it's King Harold, for mine it's King, I can't remember his name, William? If I'm wrong, I'm just gonna cry inside, but it's okay. Yeah, Duke William, okay. So these units are like the key. They're kind of like the generals of the battle. So if you lose these guys, then rip. Because that's gonna hurt your morale hugely. And it hurts a lot. I just kind of said the same thing twice, but it's okay. Yeah. So his Spear Militia, they're all in shield wall, and they're coming very close towards my utter infantry. That was terrible again, but it's okay again. So he's firing into my archers again. My archers are getting melted. Like, I can't really do anything about that either. But now I'm gonna utterly destroy his Huskarls with my cav. So I'm kind of doing a gutsy move with my general because I'm kind of just throwing him into combat since I don't have any other proper infantry. I probably should have brought more infantry instead of like 2 archer units. So yeah, mashing spacebar again. Gotta get that charge up. Going ham. And this should break them, yeah. Okay, they didn't even break, they just got slaughtered there. So I still have 236 of my knights, which is pretty good considering they're really versatile. My archers, I feel sorry for them, like I'm gonna have a funeral for them or something. I'm pulling back my knights because I want to get another charge in. Since I find that getting a charge in against like units is just amazing, like you get such an advantage here. 168 to 58 troops. Ooh, painful. Also, I should mention that there's 3 factions in the game. One of them is the Vikings, then we have the Normans and and England. So each faction has like a different advantage to it, or like a different aspect. Like for example, the Normans are good in attack and like they're okay in morale and defense, while England is good in defense while okay in morale and attack. And the Vikings, being Vikings, are really good in attack and morale, but they have terrible defense. So as you can see here, I'm about to charge both my cav units in. The first cav unit's gonna engage, and that was a beautiful hit. It's just dirty as heck, but hey, it's pretty good. So he's gonna let off another volley on my archers. They're like, this is a bad day to be an archer. Also, I forgot to mention, yes, I've said this like 6 times already, but it's alright, that you can actually outflank. Like, flanks matter in this game, but flanks don't really, flanks is in like front and back. Okay, so you see that unit just broke. That's because there's that M next to their like unit size or whatever. That stands for their morale, and when that hits like too low of a percentage, they just kind of break. So I have my archers taunting because I don't really want them firing into my knights because there's more of my troops than his troops. And here now we have more keyboard mashing. This is like really slow paced, but hey, it's something. And you just have to hit the right key and you get a supposed bonus, like brutal against awful. You saw there was like a huge difference in men lost. So yeah, both sides are pretty bloodied up right now, but I am winning in the center, even with his fancy formation. So outflanks, you see there, like he lost 102 for my 4 men, which is, great trade-off in terms of military purpose. So I'm just gonna let another loose of arrows against his archers, who are now pretty bloodied up, just like mine. But at this rate, I think my archers are gonna start breaking. You see the little like pink circle around the units or whatever. That basically means they're like low in morale and they're gonna probably break soon. So his king is untouched right now, which is somewhat of a concern considering my general has been in quite a bit of action. Like, he first was in the top row and then now he's like fighting on the second top row. I don't have any good ways of saying that. I'm sorry. It's okay. So we're cleaning up the Spear Militia, and this is looking pretty good so far. Like, I haven't had any big problems despite the fact that my archers have been melted, but Then again, archers don't really matter. Alright, so he only has that one unit of spear militia there, and as you can see, his general army morale is like terrible right now, 36 against 83. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this earlier, but I'll just talk about it again. But basically, if you're low on morale, your troops will start breaking, and that's not a good sign because you need your troops. Like, it's probably better to have them get killed than break. And taunting here also affects morale. Like, it can decrease your opponent's morale while raise yours. Of course, it depends on how well you perform. Like, if you completely miss a letter or you just fail in life, then yeah, not gonna go well. So there, I actually got off a pretty crappy attack. Like, that was like unexcusable. My knights did not do too well on that outflank, and that was a pretty good shot by his archers. Considering I don't really have many troops there, it's probably a better idea just to shoot them instead of going after my archers. But at this point in the battle, it didn't really matter too much, just because of how many more troops I have right now. So that was 90. I'm not sure how I managed to get 90 that time, but you know. So I'm just taunting for the morale boost because morale is really cool. Really good. I have no idea what I was saying, but it's okay. I've only said okay like 10 times, but whatever. So here I'm actually one square short of my general to charge into his general, because I really want that boost. So I was just kind of like, oh, maybe he'll just move up his general so I can start charging into him rather than him charging to me. And here my knights are just cleaning up his archers, because archers kind of suck in melee combat. Like I said, they're basically useless apart from taking out like infantry. So his archers are dead, and he's down to his general and his one unit of like spears. And yeah, that was a pretty big morale hit considering the fact that his army is practically dead. Oh, okay, coward. I'm not sure what I was doing there. Like, maybe I just forgot how to type for a second. Good taunt. Okay, taunt. Look at all those dead bodies of my archers. Norman archers, you will be remembered in history. I cry. So 72 morale to 18 morale. This battle is basically over, but we're still just gonna clean things up. The king, of course, is the last man standing, so yeah, let's go take him down. Of course, this isn't like a historical battle, like not in this sense, but the historical battle that's featured in this game is called the Battle of Hastings, which is okay, sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say. But anyways, it was basically the battle where Duke William fought at Hastings with King Harold. Okay, sorry, I'm just dying inside right now, but so they fought for the crown, and Harold actually ended up being killed in that battle, with William winning, and he then took the throne afterwards. So finally, I move up my my general like one space, just so I can attack his general. And now we're going for a charge. Let's start mashing that spacebar. Yeah. And there they go, running off. Boom. Pretty big hit on both sides. So as you can see, the generals have a lot better stats than the other units in the game, such as like your knights or your men-at-arms or something. So here I decided to pull back my general just because I didn't want him dying, because he's only at like 186 men, and then I charged in my cav because, you know, cav has pretty good charge, and my cav actually breaks here, but his men also break. So that was a pretty good trade-off anyways. So not bad at all. That was a fun battle, although it wasn't exactly fair. As you can see, his archers didn't actually kill too many of my troops, but what mattered the most was like my infantry. So yeah, gotta credit them for that. Anyways, I would suggest you guys check out this game because it is really interesting. Anyways, thanks, bye.